Hey friends, welcome to our homestead. Today we are going to talk about 3 very special things that you can do and that are ingredients for a successful homestead. Let's talk about it. Okay, are you ready for them? The 3 things are hard work, dedication, and patience. Now I know that title and introduction were a little tongue-in-cheek, but stick with me. There's a really important reason why I'm saying this. And that is because there are so many people who desire this type of lifestyle, but they want a quick fix. They want it to happen tomorrow. They want things to be set it and forget it, and that just does not exist. Now, many of you watching who are seasoned homesteaders do understand this. Many of you who have that desire to move out, haven't moved out into the country yet or started your homestead, also do understand this. But there are so many who don't, and I get comments on all my videos all the time for people who want it quick and easy. They want it to be super fast. They want it to be done with a very quick solution, and that is just not the case. That doesn't happen a lot. So as a homesteading community, we need to get together and support one another. We need to encourage each other and we need to correct each other. One of the most popular channels out there is called 5 Minute Crafts. And I think they have some silly subscriber number like 50 million subscribers. And people watch it and they want things done in a world that is super instant, right? They want it done very quickly. Well, when you're out here, that just does not happen. So I want all of you seasoned veterans out there and you newbies also to put words of encouragement, but stern words of truth for other people to read in the comment section. Way too often, all the comments I get are not from subscribers. They are from other people who come on there and just complain. Now I know there's always going to be complainers, but some people are really looking for some words of encouragement. So I want positive, good, reinforcing comments to help support this community down in the comment section all the time. Now I want all you new guys and girls out there to also not fall for the 2-minute trick to do this videos. There are some tricks and tips out there from homesteaders that can make things easier and quicker and more efficient. But usually that hard work that you put in for a long period of time will give you that experience to learn how to do things quicker, and hopefully somebody out there shares that information for you. But it's not these channels that are just churning out quick tips all the time. Please don't fall for that. So I've built things and done things to help make things easier here on the homestead, like this automatic chicken waterer. Now, is it perfect? No. Does it leak? Yeah. Have I had to repair things on it? Yes. And he wants to talk to you as well, because every time I come over here, he has to assert his dominance. But I can do things like that for you, and this is very helpful. But it is not set it and forget it, right? I have to monitor it, see if things get knocked out of whack by the chickens. There is always going to be hard work, and it's constant, and you can't get past that. So if you're new here and you're thinking it's going to be a breeze, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, it is not. And if you're watching some channels that are just glamorizing the lifestyle just because it's a counter lifestyle to what's going on in our country right now, but they don't offer any honesty about that lifestyle, I'd stop watching them. Because I'm always going to be honest with you here on the homestead. I've had a few of my projects fail, and I put like pinned comments on them. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't let me put any annotations or like correct text over the top of the video anymore. They got rid of that years ago. But I'll pin a comment to say that I was incorrect about this. And also, I'm going to show you things like, look at that garden right there. It is completely, let's get closer. It's completely overrun with grasses and weeds, and especially my poor raspberry patch. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with that. I think I'm going to just have to dig up the roots. So there was an old television commercial, I think it was for a rotisserie chicken machine, Ronco maybe, and the guy said, just set it and forget it. And I think those types of things were harmful for our society, right? Because it said if you don't just set it and forget it, and you have to do some hard work, people are like, whatever, okay, I'll give up. And giving up out here is not an option. It takes an extreme amount of patience and perseverance and dedication and hard work. Maybe I should have titled 4 at the beginning of the video, right? But it takes a lot of different things mentally to be able to do it. Okay, 2 more important points. One is that this lifestyle, yes, you can do it for very little, but it does take some money, and that's part of the dedication part, right? So it does take investment of your time and your dollars to be able to change your lifestyle from that city lifestyle to the country lifestyle. Can you live primitively, quote unquote? You can, but that takes extra skill. That takes so much extra skill that you have to acquire that not many people in today's day and age can do it. There are some that can do it, and there are some that are great teachers for others who are willing to learn how to do it. But you can't just jump into it. You can't just come out of an apartment in the city and say, well, I don't have much money, and jump into a primitive lifestyle on 1 acre somewhere and expect that you're gonna make it. Maybe some people can, but I think they're very rare. So even while I'm out here in the countryside and being as self-sufficient as I possibly can and working that goal every day to become more self-sufficient, I'm constantly also learning skills that are more primitive, right? So if my solar system blows up, let's just say, and I need to heat my house, yeah, I can start a fire in the wood stove and cook outside on a rocket stove, no problem. But learning how to grow your own food is, I think, a #1 priority. Because even if you still eat meat, we personally don't, no big deal. Because even if it's raising enough meat for your family, you still need to add vegetables and grains in there because you can't just eat meat, right? And if you are just on a plant-based diet, it's raising enough to overcome all your physical nutrition needs. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is negativity, and I'm going to touch on that more in another video, maybe next week. But by negativity, I mean trolls, homesteader trolls, or grumpy old men, usually, that come around on homesteading channels and drop just ridiculous comments that are profanity-laced, and they are unproductive when we are trying to build a community to help each other. And those unproductive comments will be similar to, I've been doing this for 45 years, this is the only way to do it, you're a bleep, bleep, bleep idiot, and stuff like that. And, you know, I just have to block out that noise. But I'm concerned about you, because if you read those comments, then you start thinking, oh, well, I don't know, maybe. So maybe that person is right and they just don't know how to talk to people, right? Maybe that person who's been doing something for 40 years saw something in what I did, and I'm not an expert in everything, right? And I readily admit that on all my videos. I'm learning too, always. But saying that there's only one way to skin a cat, and if you don't skin that cat that way, you're gonna die. Well, that's not true. And there are many ways to do things, and some of the old ways have been studied over time and they've been improved upon. So if I'm presenting information on maybe a modern technique on how to do something that could be better than an older technique on how to do something, you need to take that advice. But not just from me, right? So I want you to confirm it by doing more research on your own. Don't just do it because I say to do it. And just because I've got a big YouTube channel. Who cares, right? But research for yourself. So I'm going to present information to you, and like I said, sometimes I'm wrong, and I'll pin that comment at the top of the video, like the grape trellis. I messed it up. I miscalculated something. I pinned a comment in the comment section to say, I didn't calculate that correctly. Do it this way. Or like I said, I mess up and don't weed my garden properly, and it gets completely overrun. And I have thick skin. You can say what you want to me, but you know, just be aware that I'm probably going to delete that comment, or because I just don't have time to argue, right? I could argue with you about the benefits of this method or that method versus your method and why you think it's the only thing to do, but you know, I'm not going to do that. I've got to homeschool my kids. I've got to, preserve food. I've got a lot of stuff to do, and I do not have time, and I will not argue. Okay, that being said, we could talk about that for a whole nother video, and I probably will. So, if you want to learn homesteading, look at a whole wide range of things. Read old books, learn primitive skills, learn modern homesteading, learn a whole bunch of stuff. Start stuffing knowledge into your head, because honestly, guys, time is short. Our economy is on the edge of really faltering, and a lot of people are going to go hungry. So get out there, keep learning, and click on these videos right here, which is our whole series on how we built that greenhouse in the background. Have a beautiful, blessed day. We will see you next time. Bye.